Signing day is days away, a moment that will be a culmination for so many players across the country. Dreams will be realized. Some tears will be shed, both by players, parents, and some coaches who can't believe they have these halls coming to their campuses. Welcome into Coffee and Curveballs. I'm Corey McCartney. That's Shooter Hunt, a guy who knows all too well the signing day experience, having put pen to paper himself. Shooter, we're here to talk about what awaits these 2026s in our signing day primer. But what is that moment, one that a player has dreamed about for so long, actually like?
I think it's probably more special for the parents, right? Like to see your kid finally get to what some of his dreams have led to is very important. But there's still much more work to do. And I'm sure most of these players are not thinking too hard about putting that signature to paper as much as, hey, I want to make an impact when I get there.
Well, we know the classes that have dominated the recruiting conversation for the 2026 is defending champion LSU, Texas, Tennessee, Vanderbilt, Mississippi State. But you got your eye on some sleepers. What went into deciding the classes that earned that designation?
Well, I think one of the big things about this recruiting cycle and National Signing Day, which honestly, many people were not sure if it was still a thing with the changing rules, the transfer portal. I do think it's still very important to have freshmen come into your program, develop organically. And that's what we've seen historically succeed at the College World Series and the NCAA postseason. But beyond the LSUs, the SECs, they've done such a great job with not just having quality, but quantity of quality, which is very important. But there's some schools where, hey, if you get 3 or 4 really big names who make it to campus and do a good job, you can build around those guys. So here are a few of those schools that I am following very closely as sleepers that could be some foundational classes.
Well, Penn State has that look, and they are heavy on in-state recruits led by righties Jarrett Turley and Noah Stefaniak, shortstops Andrew Cross and another arm and Ryan Fuller. Turley, 66 in the class nationally, gives this class some real high-end stuff.
Yeah, and you're looking at Penn State, which is a huge program, one of the biggest alumni bases in the country. It's a real passion for the school in the state and kind of been a sleeping giant for some time. Coach Gams, they're doing a great job at Penn State, bringing these guys in with the whole staff. Turley, who was one of the big standouts on the summer circuit, he's in the top 100 nationally. It's a big-time recruit. Stefaniak's another guy in the upper 90s on the bump. Ryan Fuller, an excellent arm we got to see at the Future Games a couple years ago. Andrew Cross, who's one of my favorite sleeper prospects because he just goes out there and he competes. Blue collar, gets it done, stacks hits. And then they headed over to Jersey, did a great job getting Alex Weingartner, who's a two-way potential guy, excellent athlete, 6'5" runner into the low mid-90s. And then a guy like Hunter Brown, who's really exploded on the bump. He's going to be a big-time draft name throughout the spring. So you look at that class as a whole, you get these guys to campus, Penn State's thinking Big Ten championship.
Well, there's more in the Queen City than some top-notch chili. Don't at me. I'm a huge fan. And hats off to Cincinnati coach Jordan Bichelle, who's luring some intriguing talents to the Bearcats. There's righty Harrison Polina out of Tennessee, Illinois product Jack Slitham, Georgia outfielder Jameer Johnson, all part of a crew that has 7 players in the top 500 of Prep Baseball's rankings.
A little Skyline shout out from you. Yes. There, Corey. That was some good stuff there. But Cincinnati, this is almost like this might be the last year they're allowed on this list because they're not really sleepers anymore. They've stacked a bunch of really good classes together, which I am buying stock in what the Bearcats are doing there. But Polina can really spin it. Love what he did throughout the summer. I think he's got a chance at the Super 60 to make a big name for himself draft wise. Jack Slidham, one of my favorite guys in this class, kind of a sleeper name, also a football player. So he's doing a little double duty throughout the spring or throughout the fall. Jameer Johnson, who had a great summer down at Lake Point, where he really jumped on the board. I think he's got a shot to really jump up there. You talk about Gavin Michaels, Cole Adams, Dylan Fairchild from Michigan, shortstop, who just competes, really good athlete you want to bring in. And then Ryan Morrill, a kid from New York, who the bat the ball is there, not the biggest guy, but he's one of those guys, you get him in the lineup and he just produces. So you get this class as a whole, especially with frontline guys like Polina and Slidham at the top, you get them on the campus, you're thinking Big 12 championship too, just like Penn State.
Southern Miss with 4 top 500 players of their own. There's righty Bankston Walters with that fastball into the 90s. Infielder Justin Ward, both of them, by the way, are former feature gamers. Outfielder Trey Barnes and his triple-digit exit velos runs a 6'4", 160. And catcher Sean Cover, 2-time junior feature gamer, 2-time feature gamer. It's an impressive group. And you take Walters, Word, and Barnes along with another guy with feature games experience and Taylor Latham. And it is clear that Coach Christian Ostrander is doing a great job of keeping talent from leaving the Magnolia State.
For sure. And what Southern Miss has done well is like they evaluate at a high level early on and they're comfortable in their evaluations. And these guys continue to make steady progressions, especially when they get on campus. They develop really well. Banks and Walters had a monster summer, especially at Lake Point, not just at the bat, on the mound. It's explosive off the barrel. He's a huge power profile guy in the middle of the order. It's one of the guys that, I mean, honestly, Southern Miss done a really good job with those type of players. Justin Word really liked what he brought to the diamond this summer. Trey Barnes the same way. Sean Cover as a catcher from Arkansas, I think has huge upside. That was a huge pickup for Southern Miss. And then you talk about Taylor Latham, a guy who's made steady jumps, huge summer into a big fall, which has led to a nice Super 60 invitation. We'll have a chance to see him there again. But those are all big time names for Southern Miss, who not just host, they have CWS aspirations yearly.
Shout out to the Ivy League shooter, which will be the destination for 3 top 500 players, all shortstops. California's James Clark, 27th in the class, is Princeton bound. Canadian Elliot Lascelles is headed to Yale and IMG Academies. Dylan Messina will call Penn home. Clark is the highest ranked player to go to an Ivy League team since prep baseball began posting national rankings in 2012.
Yeah, shout out the Clark brothers, twins down there at St. John Bosco in Southern California's Trinity League. But James Clark has a shot to be a first rounder. You're talking about Princeton commit, has a chance to be a first rounder, left-handed bats, shortstop, outstanding player. Elliot Lascelles coming off a year where Yale lost a player into essentially the first round with pick 34. He's one of the better bat to ball players, huge helium, about to grab some of that throughout the spring next year. And then Dylan Messina, another twin. This is ironic that there's actually 2 twins on here. But the Messina brothers, huge fan of what they bring to the lineup there at IMG. A lot of energy, but can really play the game, has a chance to step on campus and produce right away. But I got to give that shout out, like you said, to the Ivy League, because not just these schools on here, Princeton, Yale, and Penn, but beyond that, Dartmouth, Brown, Harvard, all the schools, Columbia have done an excellent job. And that's why even after those guys graduate, you're seeing them in a lot of big time programs.
Well, pen is going to be put to paper and pen to paper to go to pen in the case of Dylan Messina. But the point is, those childhood dreams are about to become reality. Congratulations in advance to all the 2026 as a mom and dad too. Enjoy signing day. As for us, we'll be back soon with more coffee and curveballs. Until next time, I'm Corey McCartney. That's Shooter Hunt, and we'll see you at the Diamond.